Okay, so this is about one of my stolen cars. I had a beautiful Lincoln Continental Mark IV, I guess it was. I think it was a 71 or 73, all white on white, beautiful. And the guy that I dated for several years in California, his name was Ronald Fournier from North Dartmouth, Massachusetts. And he was a carpenter. He built 440 houses on the Cape. Real nice guy. I met him at work one day. Because some guy was trying to say he'd slept with me, and Ron was standing right there, and he says, "Really?" He says, "Yeah." He says, "I bet she got a bunch of tattoos, biker chick, huh?" And the guy says, "Yeah, did I?" And so that told Ron right there, dude, he was lying because I didn't have any tattoos. So anyway, it's amazing what people will say standing at the edge of a bar. But anyway, we had bought a really nice Lincoln over at Lynch Lincoln Mercury in Santa Monica. I think it was on Santa Monica Boulevard at the dealer, and it was sitting way in the back. And it belonged to some guy that used to bring his dog with him, and he used to play the horses all the time. And it was filthy dirty inside and out. And it was sitting way in the back, and Ron told the salesman, he said, "Well, you got some old stuff, like cheap?" And he says, "Oh, God, you know." And he said, "What about that back there?" And he said, "Oh, we just took that as a trade-in." And he says, "Does it run?" He's like, "Yeah." He looked at it. He got it for like $400. And we cleaned it all up, used Bonami on it, got it really cleaned up, waxed it. Ron put beautiful Michelin XZX tires on it, deep dish chrome rims that came apart like in 5 pieces, the real ones, really nice. And what a great driving car. And so when he made a silly bet one day about Sesame Street buns and bet the car and lost to me because I told him there was no such thing as Sesame Street buns. And I was trying to say Sesame Seed buns. And I never took the car. And then years later, he wanted to sell me the car because he was going to buy a camper, an old camper truck. And it was easier to work, like up in Big Bear in the mountains doing carpentry jobs and stuff, house renovations and that. And he was planning to go back home to Massachusetts to the boys. And so, anyway, he told me, you know, we dickered back and forth. He said, "Well, I'll sell you the Lincoln." So he made me a deal. I think I paid like $700 on it. And I think he argued over the CB, and he took that with him off of the car. Oh, rock just hit my windshield. I hate that. And so, anyway, I had the car for years. Ronald had wrecked it one time in Santa Monica making an illegal left turn, and a truck hit him. And then our nephew did body work for the dealers, which was really handy. Straightened out most of that. Then it got hit in the back by something or other. And it was stolen one time, and the LA County Sheriff's called me and said, "Do you have a white Lincoln?" I'm like, "Yeah." They had it in the repo yard because somebody had sawed up the steering column and was joyriding it around. And poor car. Took it to the dealer, cost $400 to rebuild the steering column. I drove it for a while with bike scraps, shifting it around, got stopped. They thought I'd stole it. And I'm like, "No, it's my car." So anyway, this car, let's see, what was his name? It was LaFave. I'm trying to think of the nephew that redid the car. Dennis LaFave. And so Dennis years later fixed the wheel kit thing in the back, the hump in the back, because it was dented. And so it looked really good. It looked really good, primed out, you know, white and stuff. And so these people, they just think they own the freaking road here. Get out of the way. So anyway, the car was looking pretty decent. I had trouble with it, driving it, so I didn't drive it too often, and being that it was a Lincoln, the turkey just didn't want to run unless it was like on a holiday. That was like one of my last Lincolns. I had just a couple after that. But anyway, it did this thing where you'd be sitting at a stoplight like this, and then all of a sudden it would shift by itself, and it was like in reverse. I don't know quite what did that, but I had some thoughts. But anyway, these tourists, jeez, all three of them tourists. But anyway, so I didn't drive it very often. I had like 3 other cars at that time too, and I had a house down in Hawthorne. The house that we had before Ron left. And anyway, Ron came in town in 1985, and he says he had come in from Massachusetts, and he says, well, and I was pregnant at that time, and he says, well, how you doing, and he was driving a big white convertible Boss Hog Cadillac. I tried to get that from him for years, and so I'd like to have that car. He's like, no, that's my baby. And so anyway, I think his dad had just passed away then, but his mom was still alive and still living in Dartmouth, or New Bedford, yeah, I think. So anyway, she was out on Elswick Road, beautiful house out there in Massachusetts. So anyway, no, she was still alive, as a matter of fact. She was alive, and Oscar had passed away, his father. So anyway, he says, look, I need to borrow a car while I'm in town. You know, and I said, well, sure, you know. And I said, I got this, this, and this, and I had my little convertible Fiat then and all that, which I drove that quite a bit. And they said, well, can I borrow the Lincoln? I said, yeah, it's in the back parking lot of the restaurant there. And so I let him use the Lincoln, and I hadn't heard from him. And 4 weeks later, I call his mother in Massachusetts, Bertha Fournier. I said, hi, you know, and I loved her. I'd been to her house and everything before. Neat lady. And I said, have you heard from Ron? And she goes, well, he went to the store a little while ago. I said, oh, he's back in Massachusetts? She says, yes. And I said, well, did he bring my Lincoln? And she said, no. I said, well, I wonder where my Lincoln's at. Did he say anything? She said, no. I said, well, he borrowed my Lincoln, and that was like a month ago, and I'm just wondering where the car's at. Because he was talking about taking it in and having it painted for me, you know, as a gift. And I didn't even leave the papers to the car in the car. I just funny like that. I figured, well, if anything happens, you know, the sheriffs will call me. But I'm not leaving any paperwork in my cars anymore. And that's another cool story, why I don't leave stuff in my cars. Anyway, so she was kind of confused, and so I get a call back about 3 or 4 hours later, and Ron's about half drunk, and he's like, well, hey, babes, da-da-da. And I said, where's my car? And you're all the way in Massachusetts? Did you drive my car all the way back to Massachusetts? And he's like, no. I said, so where's my car? And he's like, I'll take care of it. I'll get it to you. Well, so I go to the police department, and have him run a make on my car. It's apparently been taken to a retail car lot. And so I called the guy and I said, do you have this car, VIN number, da da da? And he goes, yeah, you want to buy it? And I'm like, no, because I own it. And then he carries on about, well, I said, why would you, have my car down there? I need to come get it. And he's going, well, the guy sold it to me. He traded it off for this other thing. And I think that's when he traded it off for the truck and camper thing or something at this little car lot. And I said, well, he had no right. It's my car. And he goes, well, he had the keys to it. I said, so anybody with keys can just go to your car lot and hand you a car that they don't even own and buy a car? And so I was pretty upset about it. Anyway, I hesitated to file on him, which you have like 3 months in California to file on a stolen car. And so I thought, he would do something about it. He'll get the car back or whatever it took. Or get the guy to give me the car back. And so I was pretty pissed. You asked to borrow my car like you were in a bind, and then you freaking traded it off at a car dealer, probably drunk. That's not cool. I mean, I could have put his butt in jail. And so anyway, for years he would show up in California and find me and then bring me some ugly damn car. He brought me an old Pontiac GTO convertible that was burgundy. And he said, here, how about this? I'll give you this car. And I'm like, I don't like it. And I said, but I'll take your white Cadillac, your white convertible Caddy. No, you can't have that. And he brought me 2 or 3 cars that were old cars that I didn't care for. And never paid me for the car. I never got nothing. And it was really disappointing because I couldn't believe somebody would do that. But I guess on a good drunk day, that's the things you do. But that's all about one car I had that was stolen. That's several of them stolen. Pretty incredible. Anyway, talk to you later. Maybe one day I'll get that big white convertible Cadillac that he was driving. Have a great one. Don't let anybody take advantage of you.